Yeah. Tell me what you know about them girls, huh? Yeah.
I was at the taqueria thinking taco with enchilada. Then I spied the smart, pretty Latin mama. This girl was so beautiful, it was supernatural and uncanny. I think she hailed from Miami. I told her I come from deep within the earth. I'm terrestrial, compared to me you're from the sky. You're celestial, yo, you win some. I mean you win some and you lose some, but girl you win some. I mean very attractive, she scolded me, told me I was overly bold and presumptuous. Too brash, too brazen, too audacious. Her manner was brusque, her speech short and abrupt. With these two little letters, she said, "Loco, give it up." Now let me be incisive, clear, sharp, and direct. Let me be succinct, just as brief as I can get. Shot me with a quick cursory glance, hit like a dagger, caused a contusion, started bruising, and then I staggered. She scarred me, gave me a laceration over my heart piece. The pain was acute, sharper than a set of shark teeth. And even though she acted so callous and cold, I had no credulity. I couldn't believe what I was being told.
She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. There are myriad operations I could undergo.
I don't mean to be pertinacious, sass and stubbornly persistent. I would operate on myself, girl, if you was my assistant. I would undergo a total metamorphosis. And more than this, I would refrain from eating all them bacon bits and sausages. To foster good health and promote good health within myself, I would supply my supply whole milk with skim milk on my shelf. Girl, you whet my appetite, yo, is yours wet backs around midnight. Now how about a late night snack? Whoa, it sounded like a bimbo, like a salesman couldn't sell dough. She stood arms akimbo, yo, bent at the elbow. My skin was more swarthy and ruddy than the fur of Elmo. Dark and red, I was blushing exorbitantly, excessively. I tried to smile to keep a veneer of respectability. My tongue was complicit in my mind's crime like an accessory to murder, and I was killing any chance of a first date. She didn't yield to my persuasion, she was irate. It's pathetic how I tried to get a date by cajoling and coaxing, aggrandizing my traits, exaggerating and boldly said, like she had an attitude. I was staring at her physical beauty, her pulchritude.
She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. There are myriad operations I could undergo.
This is not a love song, cause no love was created. Dreamt of a torn high love, but it wasn't fated. I thought she was hungry for love, she was sated and satiated. No appetite, so I had to abort the effort, so I gave it up and tried to launch a battery of flattery at her, and a soul of compliments and made no dent on her present. So heavenly, she was ethereal, delicate and refined. I knew I'd never ever find someone of a kind. She was wise and sagacious, like a wisdom tooth. While I tried to get her closer, she remained aloof. I tried to spit some poetry at her, like a poet or a bard, but it came out kinda corny. Spitting poetry is hard. It was a travesty. Now kids don't think that a travesty is the same thing as a tragedy, cause a tragedy is the opposite of a comedy. A travesty is a bad imitation or a parody. I like to say the interaction is read like an anomaly. And honestly, this stuff happens quite often to me. And shorties frowning at me appear ubiquitously. They're everywhere in the world like American currency. I bow down to them obsequiously and submissively.
She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. There are myriad operations I could undergo.
She said no,
I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. She said no, I said you don't know so. There are myriad operations I could undergo.